Hey, there we go.
Hey, everybody, welcome in to Tiger Talk here live at Melvin's Restaurant on the Neville Tiger Network. Stewart, Shelby, alongside Neville head football coach Jeff Tannehill. And welcome, Coach.
Thank you, Stewart.
Always
good to be here.
Always better to come back after a win on Friday night.
Yeah.
Or Thursday night, rather, I believe.
Right.
And, really, a lot of people early in the week when it was moved to Thursday were kind of, going, man, we got to do another Thursday night game. It pretty much worked out. So it was very good planning on your part.
Got away from the weather. Yeah, we knew that 3 months in advance. But use the Farmer's Almanac. But,
exactly.
Really, truly, Coach Nason called, a month or so ago and wanted to play it on Thursday night. So, we obliged him on Thursday night, and it really worked out because the weather turned out great.
Well, it definitely did. And if you talk about it turned out great, you get your first district win in the district opener. Now, with that, the final score being 44-7, it didn't kind of start out that way.
No,
it kind of started out a little slow, actually trailing a little bit, 7-0. Franklin Parish came out a little fired up, I believe.
Well, they do a great job defensively. Coach Collins has been there a pretty good while, and Coach Nason's a great offensive coach. So, defensively they gave us a look we hadn't seen at all. We were shuffling some people around on the offensive line, and we had some miscues there early. The first three drives really should have had a couple good plays. Probably should have scored on at least one of those drives. But, we're struggling on offense, and then, poof, we blitz off the edge. One guy gets sealed, and they're off to the races. And if you watch if you saw it Thursday night, then you saw he was looking around for somebody to tackle him, and he just kept running.
He just kept going.
And so they jumped out on us pretty early, and I think that kind of woke our kids up. And they really played good the rest of the way from there on out. We went down and I think scored the next possession. The one thing I'll say is our defense played phenomenal all night long.
From the start. Other than that, it was a 65-yard play that it was a perfect play call at the perfect time. You guys got caught in a blitz. There's nobody left in the middle, and he bust through, and it was just one of those. Those happen from time to time.
They do. Every now and then you don't have the perfect play called every time. So, but that's one of very few plays they got on us the other night. They had a couple special teams plays that we got out of alignment on kickoff one time and maybe on punt one time. But, all in all, I thought from –
you talked about kickoff right there. On the kickoff, they had a big return right there. But then – and we'll show a few of these highlights from that here later on in the show. But it gave your defense an opportunity to kind of reestablish himself right there. It came right after y'all score that first score, and they go all the way down around the 10, 15-yard line, and then your defense doesn't allow a point.
They don't allow a point. That was huge. I mean, they could have jumped on us 14-7. It might have been a completely different game from there on out. But, I thought we settled down after we scored that first touchdown. And we got them in some formations where we have them overloaded on offense. And, A.J. popped that long run, which we'll see here in a few minutes. But, again, I thought we played really solid from the second quarter on till, the beginning of the fourth quarter when we started subbing a lot.
Definitely did. And with the Franklin Parish, you talk about Coach Nason, and it came out with not only maybe a different look than you've seen, but they threw the ball 50-something times. And it was one of the longest games we've had against Franklin Parish.
Yeah.
And
first quarter lasted forever.
Many, many years. I looked up, it was 9:20, and we had 2 minutes left to go in the third.
Yeah.
And it was just kind of a different environment, but a good environment as always in Franklin Parish. They support their football team.
They do.
And have really done some nice things over there in their facilities.
They have. I talked to the baseball coach before the game. He was over in charge of our dressing room, and he told us that they passed a bond here the last election, whenever it was, and their new superintendent, Mr. I think it's Goulart's his name, but he's starting to spend some money at the school because it's the only high school in the parish, and they're getting a lot of nice things over there. They're going to get another field house, track field house, and some new restrooms. I know they only had one-sided restrooms the other night, but next year they'll have two-sided restrooms, so that'll be great for the visiting fans. But they're doing a lot of good things over there. And, again, I think they've got the right guy at head coach. He's doing a tremendous job with those guys. And, offensively, you talked about them throwing it 50 times. They didn't have a whole lot of luck running the ball except that one play.
Yeah.
And and after the first quarter they were playing catch up most of the time anyway. But they have a young quarterback. He's going to be a good one.
Yeah, Curtis kid.
Yeah, and we never did sack him. We got to him a few times right as he was releasing the football, but they do a good job preparing those kids, and they're going to be a good football team here in the future.
Definitely are. Folks, if you're just joining us, we're live here at Melvin's Restaurant on Oliver Road in Monroe. Stewart, Shelby, and Jeff Tannehill with you, going over last Friday night's win against the Franklin Parish Patriots. The Tigers were victorious in that one by the score of 44-7. And Coach, let's kind of get into some of these highlights right here. And this was early on in the first quarter, I believe. 2nd and 15 here, and the quarterback. This is one of many near misses by your defensive backfield right here.
Yeah, they played great the other night. Hinton Roberts right there that guy came across there and he got him pretty good, and then we broke it up by Kareem Moore, and I think we had 7 PBUs the other night, pass breakups, and 1 interception by Lorenzo Dubose. But we'll see that one here in just a minute. And William Reed had a great night too.
He did. We were talking about that from the Ruston game to now. Your specialty or your punting game in particular has been greatly improved, and William Reed boots one right here.
Yeah, he really did a good job here, pinning them down there in their deep in their own territory, and we do a great job by not grabbing the football there like a lot of kids do and let it roll. Griffin McGee used his head there and pinned them down, and that really helped us, score here in just a few minutes.
Well, field position was kind of an issue there for you early on, and then right there, after you get the ball back, here's A.J. Allen, a nice little end zone view for the score.
Ran it right behind our big offensive line, and he found a hole there inside the zone. We went tempo real fast. We got inside the 3 or 4 yard line and just ran up there and snapped it again, ran the same play, and he popped it in there for a touchdown. We did that 3 or 4 times the other night, and it was very good for us.
Yeah, pretty successful. And here, 1st and goal from the 4. This is after that big return, after that score right here, and there's Griffin McGee with a nice play.
Yeah, Griffin, he's a hustler. He does a great job of moving to the football. That's actually Hinton Roberts, I believe, that did that. Who's always in the right place. I wrote Griffin McGee down, but Griffin, he did a good job there holding those 2 blockers, and it freed up Hinton to go make that play. Hinton's all over the field, man. He has played outstanding this year for us, and so has Lane Blue, our 2 linebackers. And but he runs to the football and he attacks people. He puts the hit on them, and that's something you don't find in every football player.
No, they're not afraid, not running away from contact by any means right there. And then you go through the first quarter tied at 7, and then that's when you start turning it on right here. And here's A.J. Taking it 75 yards. This is a big play.
We finally got them a tight end into the boundary on our left side, and we felt like that if we get motion to being over and we got a seal there, we knew Will would get a seal. And A.J. found a great little spot, just right up the sideline. Bill Quersgood made a good block on the outside and popped it free. He went untouched. I don't know how far it was, 60, 70 yards.
Yeah, 75 yards on that one. That one starting from the 25.
How about brag on Will a little bit? Last week he didn't play so great. He's playing a lot on both sides of the ball, but against Franklin Parish he graded out 100%. Now, he does get a little bonus points for knockdown blocks or pancake blocks, but he graded out extremely high the other night. He had a tremendous night on the offensive line.
Yeah, I thought your offensive line overall maybe one of their better performances of the season thus far. Had a few little hiccups there early, but then once they got it going, and you talk a little bit, about that momentum. That big, you come down, you answered 7-7, and then a big play really gets a little spark on that offensive side. It gets you a little more confidence.
You're not so you're worried about what play we're calling here, what play we're calling there, and you let them get in their little rhythm, and the offense works a whole lot better when they're in rhythm, and we got in rhythm there in the second quarter and scored 2 or 3 times.
So after that, and you kick it, Franklin Parish fumbles the ball, and here's, I think, Kendall January picking that ball up.
Yeah, Kendall, he was one of our –
causes the fumble, and then –
Right, Kendall January played great. Well, Myra Meelan was out this week. He stepped in, his first start, and he played great the other night. He was our defensive line player of the week, and, he was all over the place making plays and really put the rush on the quarterback the other night.
Well, he did, and then 2 plays later after that fumble recovery right here, here's Timothy Bird getting in on the action.
Well, right there again, we ran right behind Will and Ben Ben Crawford and Davis Brown, and ran it strong completely the whole way and kind of ran a little tempo there, and he went in untouched almost.
Yeah, you're right. So right there, it's 21-7, and then it didn't really stop. You come here's Sledge and Fobbs White, who's another new face there that just make a nice big tackle.
Right, look, Fobbs is going to be a good player for us. He's
sophomore.
A big sophomore. He's probably 6'2", 215 pounds, and he moves really good. He's really improved his footwork and his hand placement on the on the D-line, and I think he'll be a kid later down the line that we can move, tackle, and I think he's going to grow into that big frame of his.
Yeah.
He's going to be a good player for us.
A lot of potential from that young man, and as we move on through, you got to it's first down and 10 right here after the punt. Batterford with a nice that's Fobbs White and him. That's good. Play. It was a great tackle. We're going to get it twice. That's and right. Here's Batterford hooking up with Bill Quarius right here. Yeah. Nice throw here, and Bill Quarius kind of backing away at the sideline, and a nice catch.
Well, we've thrown the deep post to him a couple times. He misses one earlier in the game, and so we got to get his confidence back. So we put him on a go route, thought he could beat him, and Bill does a great job of getting open. I mean, he's got great speed, he's got good height, and Brett threw a great football right there, nice touch on it, got it right there to him, and it was a big play on first down.
And then here's 2nd and 4, and Batterford with a nice run to get you kind of deeper into Franklin Parish territory right here.
Well, this is a play we've been talking about getting him in rhythm. He makes a good read on the defensive end there. He pulls it out, and we run we call it a little crab play where he can throw the bubble or turn it up and run. And those are the kind of plays that we've got to get a lot better at, where he can get in rhythm in a game, and we can use his feet too because he runs well. And then we can always have an out. It's kind of a triple option for us. And, he's waiting on the dog to make a move there, and he just turned it up and ran. Then he ran over him. So it turned into a really good play for us. And those kind of plays get him in rhythm. And we've got to find a better way of early in the game of getting him moving and running with the football, and that'll get his juices flowing.
And from after that, it sets up kind of a goal situation. Here's Timothy Bird from 4 yards out, getting his second touchdown of the night.
Same play we scored on earlier. We snapped it fast and ran it strong behind Will and Davis and Ben, and they popped it in the end zone again. I think that was his second touchdown. Both these guys, T-Bird and A.J. Allen, were the beasts of the week for KTVE. They had a great night. I don't know what our rushing yards. It was probably 200 yards.
It was 250, close to 300. Yeah.
And they were part of 5 touchdowns. So they had a tremendous night, and that's just pays. That just shows you that the O-line's doing their job.
They were. They definitely were dominating the line of scrimmage. Right there, the first time the old swinging gate. That's the. You run a little fake right there, and I don't know who – I forgot who threw it. But
Brett threw it, and it was a little miscommunication, in the backfield. But, that's something we kind of slid in early in the week, and we wanted to get it on film, and so people have to prepare for it and that kind of thing. And we'll be a lot better at this week.
Well, right there, the Tigers take that 27-7 lead as
Jada Smith.
There's Jada Smith there.
He's a senior tailback, but he's a good tailback. He's just in amongst the 2 really good football players. He's done a tremendous job for us the last 2 years. That
angle doesn't do him justice as he tiptoed down the sidelines and was breaking tackles as he tiptoed down those sidelines.
Look,
and that
he's hungry for the ball.
That was right after in the third quarter when you get to that one. And as we go through there, and we're going to – that makes it 34-7. The Tigers definitely in business here for the rest of the game. So right there, we've got a few more highlights to get to, but we're going to get to them after this break. Actually, we've got a couple more second half highlights and also our players of the week, and we got a few special guests that we got to get to. We got to make time for that. We got
time for all those ladies.
Ryan Williams and Anna Grace Hansen joining us. A couple of ladies on the homecoming court, as well as many other things up there at Neville. And we're going to be talking with them here live at Melvin's Restaurant this evening. So, folks, thanks for joining us. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. This is Tiger Talk right here on the Neville Tiger Network.
Hey Neville Tiger Nation, this season if you find yourself feeling a little under the weather, visit Go Family Health on North 18th Street. They cover flu shots, sports physicals, sick visits, annual visits, or if nothing is wrong, they can do your regular checkup. Go Family Health has a happy staff, clean office, and they can take care of all your family's healthcare needs.
This is Tiffany Terra with Go Family Health. We love our Neville Tigers, and we want to thank all of Neville Nation for always supporting Go Family Health.
The used car giants are bringing something massive to the Twin Cities. One-click online purchasing. Visit usedcargiants.com. Choose the car you want from CarTown's huge inventory and buy it with one click. CarTown, the used car giants.
Having back trouble? Well, Dr. Scott Martinez at Martinez Chiropractic may be able to help you out. Why don't you give him and his friendly staff a call, 654-4310, to set up your next chiropractic appointment. Martinez Chiropractic is located at 1828 Tower Drive in Monroe. Scott Martinez is a former Neville Tiger and supports all of Neville athletes.
At Origin Bank, we know that customers have many choices when it comes to banking. We also know that customer service isn't just a department, it's an attitude. The Origin vision is to create unique banking experiences that impact the world around us. And that's why we don't just talk about customer service, we live it. It is our promise to you to treat every customer like the only customer every time. Stop by your local Origin Bank today and learn what it means to bank original.
I'm Dr. Scott Shelby with Family Solutions. When you hear the words Family Solutions, you may not know that we're a comprehensive, strength-based counseling and psychiatric clinic. Family Solutions provides psychiatric care, individual and couples therapy, child and adolescent counseling, psychological testing, medication management. We also provide occupational therapy, physical therapy, speech therapy, and ABA therapy in one convenient location. For more information on how we can help your family today, visit FamilySolutionsCounseling.org.
Dr. Justin Tarver and his team at Tarver Dental can handle all of your general, restorative, and cosmetic dentistry services. Give them a call today to schedule your next appointment. 318-343-6006.
Stop into Central Station. We have many convenient locations ready for you. Stop in to rest, fill up on gas, and grab a great bite to eat. Central Station locations offer clean restrooms and easy access. Stop into Central Station today.
Sparks Nissan Kia is your home of the largest lineup of Nissan and Kia in Northeast Louisiana. Titan, Rogue, Altima, Optima, Sorrento, and more. Not to mention our huge selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs to fit any budget. Our finance center will help get you behind the wheel with a lease or loan solution. Shop the area's largest inventory of Nissan and Kia online or give us a call. Put a spark in your drive. Sparks Nissan Kia, I-20 and 165 in Monroe.
Looking for a place to watch Neville Tiger athletics in a beautiful setting? Well, look no further. Catahoula's, located on beautiful Bayou Desert in Monroe, is your place. They are the official watch station of all things Neville Tiger Network. Go see Colby and the gang there at Catahoula's and enjoy some fine food and a great atmosphere. That's Catahoula's on Desert Street in Monroe. All right, welcome back, everybody, into the Tiger Talk with Jeff Tannehill, as we're going to turn that speaker down as we moved a few things around. But welcome back. We're live at Melvin's, as we are every Wednesday here on the Neville Tiger Network. And if you're out and about on Wednesday nights, it's a great place to come grab a bite. Melvin and Diane McCoy definitely take care of us a couple of times a week, it seems, as well as
at least twice
on Wednesday nights. And we've got a good crowd here tonight. We'd love for you to come out and be a part of this live. But we also thank you if you can't make it. We understand, and thanks for tuning in here on the Neville Tiger Network, either on our website, NevilleTigerNetwork.com, or our YouTube, Facebook live apps, as well as our Amazon Fire Stick and Roku apps as well. So,
can't believe you're not reading that. I can't remember all that stuff.
It's tough. There's so many ways to get some live Neville Tiger athletics right now and a lot of other things. We had some great discussions today, too, about adding some more stuff to the broadcast. So it's just, this thing's growing. Ever since we started it.
It's getting better and better each week.
Each week we're working on things.
We're holding us back.
That's right. It's only limited by the talent in front of you. So, but we talked about that first touchdown. It really set the tone in the second half. You come out, make it 34-7, and then the defense starts doing its job. And here's, I believe, Isaiah and Rudy Dozier getting in on a tackle for a loss.
On nights when we play spread teams, those guys can really help a lot. When we get against a bunch of beef, they don't get a whole lot of playing time because they're not big, but they're fast and they tackle well in space. And so when we play spread teams, we can run a lot of people on the field and use them in all kinds of ways. And Isaiah had a good night the other night. Rudy played really well, made some tackles in some big situations. So they had a good night on defense.
And then later in the drive, and you batted down a lot of balls here, but here's Lorenzo Dubose with his pick.
Yeah, well, I'm going to tell you can't cover a whole lot better than Lorenzo did the other night. He had 2 or 3 pass breakups, about 4 or 5 tackles, and then he had a big interception right here to really kind of seal the deal for us.
For a minute, I thought he might be able to take it all.
It looks like he runs pretty good with the ball in his hand. I think he ran out of gas right there.
Well, but he finally got his pick. I believe that's his 3rd pick of the year. If I'm not mistaken, and it's just a young man that keeps getting looks.
Well, and people keep throwing his way. I hadn't figured that one out.
I don't know. Well, because we were talking about that on the broadcast last Wednesday, and Robert and I. Well, if you throw it, if you don't throw it at Dubose, you got to throw it at Straughter, who's another solid corner. I mean, it's just you've got a solid. On the edge out there, I mean, you've got 2 guys that can go man-to-man with almost anybody in the state.
And Coach Lewis does a great job of manipulating our defense and using those guys in man coverage. And when you've got 2 or 3 guys in the back end that can handle up man coverage on pretty much, I don't want to say anybody, but a lot of people, then you can do a lot of different things with blitzes and movements with the front.
Well, after that pick, and it's going to set up A.J. Allen, I believe, for his 3rd touchdown of the night.
Yeah. Pretty slick move right there.
Yeah, nice cutback.
AJ has great vision. He's got good speed. Burge is just explosive, but AJ has got good vision, and he really sees what's going to happen before it happens. And at that point right there, it was 34-7, and I'm not sure if they had some subs in or not. I mean, but he made a great move on a couple of their players and got in the end zone. He has a nose for the end zone.
He does. He scored a lot of touchdowns thus far this year. It makes it 41-7 Tigers, and then 4th and 3, Franklin Parish trying to get something going right here, and then another deal with Samari Wright and Rudy Dozier again.
Yeah, well, Samari, he's played great all year. We've used him a little bit on offense too, but he's gotten a lot more in shape. We use him at the end some. We use him at tackle, put him on the nose every now and then. He's really, a versatile kid on the defensive line that you can use. And, Rudy's played really well the few times that he's gotten in, and he's gradually working his way in there, and he's doing a fine job.
He's an aggressive young man, and just scrappy type of linebacker.
He is. His dad was like that.
He was, and in some ways still is. So right at the end of the 3rd quarter, you're going to wrap up the scoring here, and here's William Reed with a 39-yard field goal, and that's where you get to 44-7.
Right. Well, right here we scrambled and actually got some yardage. I thought we was going to end up kicking a long field goal from about 50, and I've had some kickers. Through my years here, I've worked with a lot of the kickers, and we had well, goodness, I can't. Matthew Squires. I forget Squires' name. He kicked a 56-yarder or something one night at Franklin Parish, and they roughed the kicker, and so we wiped it off. Took the 15 yards.
The 3 out.
He was upset, man. And I told
Reed
if he kicked
in Neville history.
I think it was because it dates all the way back to big league player. Presley was a good kicker at Neville too, and
I think he got a couple of 52, 53s.
Yeah, he did.
Under his belt.
And so he had the record, and and Squires actually broke it, and then we took it off. And I told Reed, I said, if you make a 50-plus yarder tonight, I won't take it off the board.
We'll take the points.
Yeah.
We'll take the points. Well, right there, and then to finish things off, you got to, for the first time this season, get a lot of your younger guys, a lot of sophomores and juniors in there in that pretty much the whole fourth quarter.
And we so glad we were able to do that. You know, a lot of our JV kids hadn't even gotten to play this year because of this COVID stuff. And
hadn't played a JV game.
We haven't. And then, freshmen's gotten to play because they've actually dressed in a different locker room and everything. So they're completely separated. But, you know, our JV kids, you know, we try to get them in as quickly as we can. I know that, they work hard just like everybody else, and they need to play. And so we are doing our very best to try to get them on the field on Friday nights as much as possible and try to get them some playing time because they're our scout mostly during the week, and they don't have their time to play football yet. So we're going to try to get them a couple games here before the end of the season, and hopefully none of those will get canceled. So I'm looking forward to seeing them in action on their own night.
On their own night. Well, hey. Yeah. Well, real quick, let's get to the players of the week from last week. You've got a few Tigers that you've singled out for their play against Franklin Parish.
Right. Our coaches vote on this every week, and we use stats and we use effort and all that kind of stuff. So, and when everybody gets graded out, and Subway actually sponsors our players of the week each week, and so
Mama DeLucas
Pizza, and our kids love the pizza.
Subway Steve and Miss Connie.
Yeah, so our POWs on defense were Hinton Roberts, Lorenzo Dubose, and defensive line. I don't have written down here, but I believe it was January. In fact,
Kendall.
Kendall January.
Yes, you mentioned that earlier in the show.
And offensively, Will Campbell. I told you earlier he graded out 100% this week. Yep. Will was our offensive line guy, and our skill player was A.J. Allen. And this week, Drew Jarrell, our snapper, was our player of the week, recovered a fumble on one of the punts.
He did.
Actually, he recovered two. The other one we got called for kick-catch interference. But Drew's done a great job. He's had a little hiccup here and there this year, but he's really improved, and he's just a sophomore doing a great job. And our scout players of the week were B.J. Mays and Plummer.
Yep.
Michael Plummer.
That's right.
I've always called him Plummer. But they gave us a great look all week long. Plummer, in fact.
Plummer's played a little D end early in the game.
Right now. We moved him from dog to end, so he's doing a tremendous job. And B.J. Mays is going to play a little tight end for us hopefully this week.
Well, that's good to know. Those kids putting in the work every single week to get the Tigers ready for Friday night. And speaking of Friday nights, we got a big one coming up as the Minden Crimson Tide are on their way to Ruppel Stadium. It's homecoming week. It's different in this COVID era. I hate saying that anymore, but it is what it is. But we are going to have a few things. Going to have a limited distance pep rally tomorrow for the first pep rally of the year for the seniors football team and the homecoming court. And we've got a couple of members of that homecoming court here with us tonight, and they're going to be joining us when we return. Folks, you're watching Tiger Talk right here on the Neville Tiger Network.
The used car giants are back, and they're crushing the competition, crushing high prices, and crushing bad credit. And they're bringing something even bigger. One-click online purchasing. Visit usedcargiants.com. Choose the car you want from CarTown's huge inventory and buy it with one click.
Having back trouble? Well, Dr. Scott Martinez at Martinez Chiropractic may be able to help you out. Why don't you give him and his friendly staff a call, 654-4310, to set up your next chiropractic appointment. Martinez Chiropractic is located at 1828 Tower Drive in Monroe. Scott Martinez is a former Neville Tiger and supports all of Neville athletes.
Hey Neville Tiger Nation, this season if you find yourself feeling a little under the weather, visit Go Family Health on North 18th Street. They cover flu shots, sports physicals, sick visits, annual visits, or if nothing is wrong, they can do your regular checkup. Go Family Health has a happy staff, clean office, and they can take care of all your family's health care needs.
This is Tiffany Terra with Go Family Health. We love our Neville Tigers, and we want to thank all of Neville Nation for always supporting Go Family Health.
I'm Christian Creed. Catherine and I have been your local injury attorneys for more than 20 years. At Creed & Creed, we don't use gimmicks. We value our community and the clients we serve. When you see a Creed & Creed ad, you know it's real. Real clients, real results, and no fine print. Don't be misled by out-of-town attorneys using dramatizations or paid testimonials. If you've been involved in an accident, call Creed & Creed today.
All right, welcome back here to Tiger Talk, live at Melvin's Restaurant on Oliver Road in Monroe. And, you know, we got rid of Coach Tannehill. We got tired of talking about the Franklin Parish game right there, because we want to talk to you, Rye. Rye Williams is joining us here, maid of honor, I believe, for this year's homecoming court. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And not just a homecoming court, you do a lot of other stuff there at Neville. I believe you're the captain on the Bingle Bells, captain of the volleyball team, and on the track team. So, man, how are you able to do all this stuff and stay sane?
I have always been a person who's on the run and believes in just doing everything you can, because you never know, like, what's going to happen, like COVID.
Yeah, exactly.
So I always believe to just do whatever you can and to find a passion. And it's not always going to be just one thing, then to try different things and new things. So I always try different things, and I end up sticking with it.
Well, that's awesome. So you talk about, let's talk about the Bingle Bells. You know, I believe you're the first Bingle Bell we've had on our show this year. And so, you know, there's another little feather in your cap, if you will. But the Bingle Bells always done such a great job for years and years and years, and continuing that tradition. I believe you guys have won a few awards here lately. The awards that you can go to camp for, I guess.
Yes, last year we were state champs in palm and kick. And we were national winners at Disney. That was fun trip. Yeah. And at camp, we won, like, all the sweepstakes awards and everything like that. And due to COVID, we had a home camp, but it was still fun. And it was a good bonding experience for the girls and for, like, the new team to bond and to work hard as a team together and just to figure out, like, what our new norm is and, like, how everyone can move. So we have won many titles, but winning it as a team is the big.
It's a big deal. You know, it's teamwork. That's what, you know, a lot of people don't realize, that the work that goes into it's not just showing up on Fridays anymore and stepping around and kicking. There's a lot of work that goes into that.
We love kicks.
Yeah, well, the kicks are. That's what everybody comes to see. You know, the kick lines. That's kind of the tradition of the Bingle Bells. I'm assuming y'all are going back to the traditional black and white uniforms here for homecoming.
We are wearing our traditionals for homecoming. That's very fun with the boots. Also, I'm excited to be able to blow my whistle tomorrow. Actually, at school.
at school. At a pep rally.
And we get to do the fun march tomorrow, so that's even better with the glitter.
Yeah.
So tomorrow's going to be very exciting for Bengals, because, like, this is our first time, like, stepping out, I guess you can say.
Well, I'm excited to see it. We're also going to be, if you're out there watching, we're going to be broadcasting the pep rally live on the Neville Tiger Network. So not only because there's a lot of people that can't go, we've got to limit the seating. It's going to be in the auditorium. You know, another hurricane, you know, it seems like that's become a normal thing too. But Zeta is going to be blowing through. So we were going to do it outside, but we're going to do it inside, limited seating for all the participants, and then also the seniors going to be in attendance, and the participants' parents, I believe, are going to be able to nicely socially distanced. So for everybody else, we're going to be able to film it. So watch it tomorrow morning about 7:45 on Facebook Live and YouTube. So we've got Bingle Bells, you captain the volleyball. Y'all have won the last couple of matches, I believe. I think we're still waiting to see if y'all made the playoffs, right?
We're still waiting. We find out if we make the playoffs Monday. So we will let y'all know Monday.
Well, hopefully so. Hopefully so. It's the first year of volleyball at Neville, and we filmed a couple of the volleyball matches as we were trying to get this little thing off the ground, and I was very impressed. I mean, for a first-year program to come out there, and I saw both you and Anna Grace volleyball players, right? And Is that Anna Grace on the volleyball team?
It's
no,
her
it's her sister.
Leela.
It's Leela. I'm sorry. I knew there was a Hanson on there. She was wearing the white jersey, which that's called the what?
Libero.
There you go. See, that's a new word that I didn't know before this year.
It was new for a lot of people. Like, I believe when you play volleyball with your family, like, you're just trying to get the ball over the net. But when I started, I did not know there was, like, so many rules to volleyball, so many different techniques that you could use, so many things that you could not do other than playing, like, in your backyard with your friends and family. So volleyball has been an experience for all of us, and it's been a learning experience for all of us. And being a first-year team and being able to do great things and being able to just come together and win games, it's just amazing, and it makes us very proud to represent Neville.
Yeah, and I'm proud of y'all too. I mean, I think that's a tough thing to come into a sport that most of y'all have really never played, in an organized way, like you said, and to have the success you guys have had. And I saw y'all building from the beginning to the end, and hopefully it's not the end right here, but hopefully we can slide into the playoffs and maybe do some damage there. So we got volleyball. You talked about track. You're a high jumper.
I'm a high jumper.
And, this is it's just great. I think track and field is always one of my favorite sports to play. There's so many ways that you can be involved, and high jumping is probably not what the sport that I would have chosen. but how did you come up with that?
Well, I'm a dancer,
Uh-huh.
so being a dancer, we have to do leaps and things like that. So I was like, well, I'll just try a jumping.
Yeah.
Because, running's cool. I'm not going to say running's not cool, but I was like, I can put my legs to use. I'm tall. I can jump, so let's just try it. So after that, and I remember I made it to district and regionals, and I was like, wait a minute. I might actually have something going on here. And, just try to perfect your craft every season, and I'm very honored to be on the track team. Like you said, it's a great sport to be on.
Well, that's awesome. That's awesome. I mean, multi-talented Raya Williams joining us here on Tiger Talk. We're glad that she's with us. And so, but it is homecoming week.
It's homecoming
week. And what an honor to be selected as the maid of honor this week. It's still voted on by the football team and everything else. And I believe so. I mean, it's just with all this, there's still a lot of preparations that have to go into it. It's a big week and a big honor.
It is a big week. I'm going to pray for my mom's bank account. It's been a big week, and it's going to be great. We have a wonderful court this year. We have a wonderful queen, Anna Grace, that's going to come. And I'm just so excited because this is like the one normal thing we've had.
Yeah.
So just being on the court with so many beautiful and talented girls is just such an honor.
Well, we're glad that we're getting to have homecoming, and that, like you said, one little bit of normalcy, we'll take it. We'll take anything we can get. But the homecoming deal is always important at Neville. It was important when I was at Neville. It was important when my mom and my parents were at Neville. So, I mean, it's just one of those things. I'm glad you're able to be a part of it on the court. Congratulations on that.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations on everything else that's been going on for you at Neville. It's just been an honor and just so fun talking with you. And we're glad you joined us here on Tiger Talk.
Thank you.
All right. Well, Raya Williams, everybody, we're going to take a quick break. Yeah, it deserves a round of applause right there. Raya Williams, everybody. When we come back, we'll talk with the homecoming queen, Anna Grace Hanson. You're listening. You're not listening. You're watching and listening to Tiger Talk right here on the Neville Tiger Network.
I'm Christian Creed. Catherine and I have been your local injury attorneys for more than 20 years. At Creed & Creed, we don't use gimmicks. We value our community and the clients we serve. When you see a Creed & Creed ad, you know it's real. Real clients, real results, and no fine print. Don't be misled by out-of-town attorneys using dramatizations or paid testimonials. If you've been involved in an accident, call Creed & Creed today.
Finally, it's fall, and that means football. Don't worry about the meal. Get it from Potter's Barbecue. We'll take care of the food for you with the best mouth-watering barbecue you have ever tasted. So this way, you can enjoy the family get-together. Come by Potter's and pick up the South's best barbecue. And if it's a big order, call ahead and we'll have it ready. Or use the Waiter app for delivery. Potter's Barbecue on 165 North in Monroe and Splain Drive in West Monroe. Potter's Barbecue, serving the best barbecue since 1977.
Potter's, the South's best barbecue. From her start as a prosecutor in Monroe City Court, maintaining law and order in Northeast Louisiana's largest city, to serving as Monroe's chief legal advisor as its city attorney, Angie has the knowledge needed to ensure our courts are fair and accountable to the public. On November 3rd, please vote Angie Dios-Sturtevant for our next district judge.
Thank you, Neville coaches, staff, and teachers for taking care of our family.
Now let us at Shell Chiropractic take care of you.
At Caples and Robinson Orthodontics, making beautiful smiles is our passion. Our doctors are Northeast Louisiana's trusted board-certified orthodontists, and they love helping our patients create the smile they've always wanted.
Mama DeLuca's pizzas are custom made, fresh to order right in front of you. We offer 3 different sizes of pizzas, 9, 12, or 14 inch. Mama DeLuca's pizza is prepared to your order. The pizza cooks in less than 3 minutes. We have 16 different toppings to choose from, 8 unique sauces to complete your pizza. In addition to pizzas, we offer to our customers boneless wings with your choice of a dipping sauce. Mama DeLuca's Pizza offers delicious garlic Parmesan breadstick, freshly made to order pasta rolls. We're Mama DeLuca's Pizza in the Subway on Lammy Lane, and we hope to see you soon.
All right, everybody, we're back here at Tiger Talk right here at Melvin's Restaurant, as we are every Wednesday night. And right now, I'm joined by Anna Grace Hanson as our homecoming queen. Anna Grace, welcome to Tiger Talk.
Thank you for having me.
Well, I'm glad you're here. And, you know, we just got through talking to Raya, and what a great job she did.
Yes.
And she's got a lot of stuff going on, but so do you. We were talking here at the break, you know, and I've seen you growing up here at the Neville games, and,
yes, sir.
and you've been coming to Neville games a long time.
Yes, that's definitely true. I've definitely grown up. Neville has always been a part of our family. It's a priority in our household, and so I've definitely grown up at the Neville field all the time.
All the time. So here you are. It's your senior year, and I believe you're president of the National Honor Society, which is great. It's a great honor. And
yes, it really is an honor. We're definitely struggling just because it's hard to meet and everything, but we're trying the best we can. We're still serving in the community, and it's just great to lead like an organization like that.
Well, you mentioned the Interact Club, and I knew that I believe my son got up early for the first Interact Club.
He did. We had our first meeting this Tuesday.
So as you go through here, the clubs and everything are kind of maybe starting to come back a little bit.
We're trying slowly, but it's all starting to come back around.
Well, that's the thing. We get to have a pep rally, you know, this Friday that we I mean, not Friday, Thursday, sorry. We're having the pep rally tomorrow. Game's Friday, everybody. Game's Friday. But the pep rally's tomorrow because we're out of school Friday, right?
Yes, sir.
A little in-service. But also, I know you're a softball player. I mean, you're a Hanson.
Yes,
y'all
sir.
play softball.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yeah, so softball, we've actually been playing a few games recently. I had to miss a few because of ACT prep.
Yeah.
I'm getting ready for that. But I was able to play in last week's game. And our softball team's looking really good this year. I'm really hoping for maybe a state championship.
That'd be wonderful. That'd be
That would
wonderful.
be great.
I mean, the Tiger girls have gotten to the state tournament a few times.
Yes.
And looks like y'all are putting together a nice little squad. You've got from top to bottom, from seniors to freshmen, you've got a talented group of young ladies.
We definitely do. We have a lot of ability, for sure.
And put it together. You know, get Coach Dozier and the gang over there. Get y'all girls in shape, ready to go after all the cheering and dancing and everything else is over, and get after it. And your senior year, I'm sure that's a goal that you probably have.
It definitely is, especially last year. Before one of our softball games, we had the announcement that we couldn't play anymore.
Yeah.
So this year we're
missing last year, the spring sports.
Exactly. We really didn't get to play much of a season at all.
Well,
so this year we're hoping to go all the way and work hard and maybe get a ring.
Look, I mean, the sky's the limit. Hopefully, we're all wishing you good luck. I've spent many an afternoon at the softball field, too, watching my niece and nieces out there. So hopefully y'all be able to take that next step. I
hope so.
You know, that's going to be wonderful. So you got softball, you've got this. You're on the varsity cheerleading, and you girls have done a good job. And then we talked with Rye about the camps and everything. You had to do y'all had to do a home camp as well, I believe.
Yes, it looked a little different this year, but it was everything that we needed as a squad.
Mm-hmm.
We all came together and bonded, and we were able to actually compete and win a few gold ribbons. So our team definitely came together and improved.
Well, you talk about that, and normally when you go to camp, I mean, it's just like anybody else. I mean, when you go off to camp, all the girls, you do the same type of thing, but there's a whole lot of other girls around, a lot of cheer teams or something like that, and though you're focusing on yourself, you might be focusing on what everybody else is doing, and a lot of distractions may come in there. And during this era when you didn't, I bet when y'all got to at least start coming back and doing your camps and practicing a little bit after being, in like solitary confinement since March, you couldn't be around anybody.
It was definitely different. You're used to normally looking around at your competition, but when you look around, all we saw was familiar faces and cheerleaders. But overall, it just helped us grow as a team. And we were able to, come out, actually learn some new technique and perform.
Well, y'all doing a great job out there. I mean, I noticed at Franklin Parish, as we were broadcasting from the back of my truck, y'all, the cheerleaders stretched. You had not too many cheerleaders. I said more cheerleaders than there was length of the stands.
So there definitely were. We were all lined up out there.
Yeah, we appreciated y'all cheering. I thought y'all were had a little section for me and Robert up there calling the games right there. But, okay, so now, we got through there. But homecoming queen at Neville, I mean, were you expecting anything like this?
No, I was not. It really, honestly, we've been so busy with getting cheer stuff together with COVID, all the restrictions that homecoming court and even queen did not really cross my mind. And I was in calculus class, and I heard 2021 homecoming court, and I was like, oh my goodness, it's happening. I was like, no way, I'll get on it. I mean, that'd be such an honor. But when I heard my name, I was thrilled, so excited.
Well, it is an exciting time, I mean, there's a lot of stuff. It's a great honor, but like Ryan mentioned, it turns into, this is a long week for you guys.
It definitely is. It's been quite exhausting getting everything prepared and ready, but it's just such an honor.
And I'm really happy that we get to have a pep rally for y'all for this. The first pep rally, I guess, if it had to be the first, it better be homecoming. And though we're doing it, like we said, a little socially distant manner, we're still going to have it. And
it's definitely better than nothing.
Exactly.
I'm just so excited. We practiced on the stage for the first time this year.
Yeah.
And everyone's faces, just the energy's so different.
Well, it's going to be.
So we're excited for tomorrow morning for sure.
It's going to be a great one. We're going to be broadcasting it right here on the network. So hopefully those that can't be there can be able to experience it. And that's one of the special parts about being a Neville Tiger is those pep rallies.
That's very true. Of course. I mean, the tradition's so big at Neville, and even through the bad times this year, our tradition has never died at all.
Well, I saw when I was up there doing the prep work today, everybody's painting the signs in the foyer and everything else. It looks like it's going to be a good day in the morning, a good morning.
Will.
And, congratulations on being homecoming queen and a great job here on on Tiger Talk here tonight. You did a great job. All right, Anna Grace Hansen with a great job and a nice round of applause coming from the fans here at Melvin's. Folks, don't forget, Homecoming Pep Rally, you're going to be able to watch it right here on the Neville Tiger Network tomorrow starting around 7:45. I guess that depends on when we can get everybody safely spaced out and into the auditorium. So just be thinking about that. Check us out on YouTube and Facebook Live. It'll send you a notification, and we'll go from there. All right, we got one more segment here on Tiger Talk. We're going to bring back Coach Tannehill and talk about the Minden Crimson Tide that's going to come in. It's not your typical homecoming opponent, 4-0 on the year and ranked ahead of the Tigers in the latest Louisiana Sports Writers poll. So that's the game's Friday night. Pep Rally is on Thursday, folks. We'll be right back with Coach Tannehill. You're watching the Tiger Talk on the Neville Tiger Network. Having back trouble? Well, Dr. Scott Martinez at Martinez Chiropractic may be able to help you out. Why don't you give him and his friendly staff a call, 654-4310, to set up your next chiropractic appointment. Martinez Chiropractic is located at 1828 Tower Drive in Monroe. Scott Martinez is a former Neville Tiger and supports all of Neville athletes.
Hey Neville Tiger Nation, this season if you find yourself feeling a little under the weather, visit Go Family Health on North 18th Street. They cover flu shots, sports physicals, sick visits, annual visits, or if nothing is wrong, they can do your regular checkup. Go Family Health has a happy staff, clean office, and they can take care of all your family's health care needs.
This is Tiffany Terra with Go Family Health. We love our Neville Tigers, and we want to thank all of Neville Nation for always supporting Go Family Health.
The used car giants are bringing something massive to the Twin Cities. One-click online purchasing. Visit usedcargiants.com. Choose the car you want from CarTown's huge inventory and buy it with one click. CarTown, the used car giants.
I'm Matt Dickerson, and I'm a satisfied 3B equipment rental customer. So I called Matt because we were trying to get our plots together for dove season. He brought this equipment out to us, dropped it off, unloaded it for us, and really made the whole process very easy. I know Matt does real well in the service department, and through some other rental experiences we've had with him, the tractor that he dropped off for us was in brand new condition. Everything was in good shape. It's good to know that you can count on equipment when he drops it off. I'd highly recommend Matt Bridges and 3B Outdoors for all your equipment rental needs.
When I see the crime statistics for our area, it hits me hard because I know I have the experience and knowledge to make a difference. I was an assistant district attorney under Jerry Jones and a defense attorney in my private practice, trying over 100 criminal trials in both state and federal court. For the first time in 30 years, you have the opportunity to elect your district attorney. Let's work together to create a safer place for our families and be the change we want to see in our community. I'm Menon Campbell, and I want to be the people's district attorney.
This is not a dramatization or a paid testimonial. I'm Christian Creed, and let me tell you, car wrecks can wreck lives. As a former insurance adjuster and as a licensed accident investigator, I've handled hundreds of accident claims. If you or a loved one have been involved in a car accident, no matter how big or small, let me put my experience to work for you. Call Creed and Creed. We're serious attorneys for serious injuries.
Tommy Hayes is running for district judge to restore confidence in our courts, keep our communities safe, be accountable to the public, and ensure fair and equal justice for all citizens. Tommy Hayes, the right vision for our courts, the right experience, the right choice as our next district judge.
Whether you're dining in or grabbing to go, at Nukes, we love to share great food, to delight with new flavors, to celebrate every bite. Join us at Nukes Eatery.
We have inventory at Sparks Nissan Kia in Monroe, including huge lineups of popular new Nissan and Kia models, plus more pre-owned options from the best trade-ins. This means we can offer you more choices and competitive pricing. So let's make a deal. Shop the largest selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs, more than any other dealer in Northeast Louisiana, and put a spark in your drive today. Shop in person or online now at drivesparks.com.
All right, everybody, welcome back into the final segment here on Tiger Talk. Stewart Shelby now welcoming back Neville head football coach Jeff Tannehill.
Sorry.
Look, I mean, it definitely went down a notch when you showed back up, Coach. But the girls did great. Raya and Anna Grace did a great job. Are going to do a great job representing Neville High School on the homecoming court.
Two very
deserving
young ladies. Two very deserving young ladies. They both do a lot for Neville High School. They both make great grades. They do everything like you're supposed to do it, and they will represent Neville High School greatly.
They definitely do. I mean, multi-talented young ladies, both of them. So I was glad to be able to talk to them a little further. But back to the issues at hand. We've got, like we said, a little pep rally tomorrow. We're out of school Friday, but homecoming out of school Friday, so pep rally's on Thursday, and we're going to be playing football Friday night against the Minden Crimson Tide, and this is a Minden football team that's 4-0 coming into Bill Ripple Stadium.
They are a very good football team. 4-0, played North Webster, Mansfield. I don't know the other two
teams.
It was
Washington and
Booker T. Washington. I can't remember the other one, but anyway, it was last week. North DeSoto. Very good North DeSoto team. Very physical team. But honestly, their defense is a lot like last year. Their front three, they play with 3 down linemen, are big, physical guys. Chance and Chase Combs and number 1 Javante Morris, who started for them last year, very good football player. The linebacker is Jordan Coleman, number 5. Keep an eye out for him.
Mm-hmm.
He's a tackler, and then one of their cover guys, Austin King, number 22, will strike you. I mean, every film we have, he is a physical specimen. He comes downhill on receivers and running backs and brings the hat in every game we've watched. He is a physical football player, a very smart football player. I think he's in charge of that whole defense pretty much. But, they're big up front. We're going to have to use our tight end sets to run against their odd front and a lot of zone stuff tomorrow night. Instead of gap scheming because of their big nose guard and their 2 tackles. So, they present a challenge for us for sure. Anytime you run an odd front against a spread offense, you have to do things a little bit different. Kind of like last week, it took us a little while to get going. Hopefully, we're a little more prepared this week for that odd front. But offensively, it all goes through their quarterback and their tailback.
Yeah.
Their quarterback's Trenton McLaughlin. He played last year. Very good football player. He's an athlete. He throws the ball really well, but he makes that offense go. All their screen games and all that stuff, they are probably the best screen team I've seen since Bastrop, in 05 and 06.
Really?
They are very good with the screens, and they get the ball in the hands of their tailback, Justin Richardson, number 28, he's like 5'8", 195 or something like that. He's a bowling ball, and he is ripped up. We've got some pictures posted up in the locker room how big he is, how good he is. He's rushed for like 600 or 700 yards already. So he's had a really good season. So we've got our hands full with those guys. They're very well coached. Coach Hurd does a good job. He's new. He's been there about 3 years. His first trip to Bill Ruppel Stadium. So he's pretty fired up about coming, and he's pretty confident in their football team, and I would be too. They, when you're sitting there 4-0, I'd have a lot of confidence too, and that's the thing we've tried to stress to the guys this week. Last year we went over and jumped on them pretty early.
Yeah,
and
really knocked them out of their rhythm early on.
Did. Mm-hmm. And then we played extremely well last year too. And so the one thing that we've got to get off to a good start this Friday night, especially all the distractions this week with homecoming and everything else. Got to get some confidence on the offensive side of the football and score some touchdowns early.
Well, if you can do that and really dictate what you want to dictate on the offensive side of the ball, as we've gone through this season, it's been a couple of early on. It was that second half that would kind of reach up and bite you. Last week it was a little. Like you said, it just a little confusion up front of what they did. It's a surprise that you really maybe weren't expecting from Franklin Parish, but once you got through it, then you took off. Maybe last week being the most complete game that you've played on both sides of the football. The defense, like we said, has been the defense. Defense has played well since day one. The offense starting to get its legs underneath it. You can feel that confidence start brewing with not only your signal caller, but some of your skill guys out there and having confidence in themselves and that offensive line. And it's almost like you want to keep that momentum going.
We do. And it runs through our quarterback, Brett. He struggled at times this year, and then he really played good at times this year. And when he's playing good, our offense runs in a rhythm, and our receivers are, getting in the right place at the right time. And so all those little things that you work extremely hard, every week to get right, it's getting close to getting right. So we got to get it right so we make this push towards the end of district and get into the playoffs.
Well, the second district game, as a lot of you know, that this district is a large district, and there's two sides to this district, and how everything's working in the COVID rules with LHSA almost kind of remains to be seen on a lot of things. I mean, we'll see how this all plays out for the rest of the season, or at least the regular season. But Minden's a good football team. You know, you've got a
it's
couple.
not your typical homecoming opponent.
That's not. That's correct. Minden is not your typical homecoming opponent. They're 4-0, very talented football team that are coming to Bill Ruppel Stadium on Friday night, and I know that Coach Tannehill and the rest of the young men on the football team would definitely love your support. Still under the 25% rule, and I think we may have. Were they saying we may have a couple of tickets left? Not many.
We've got a few. Just we want to remind those season ticket holders at 11-1 tomorrow. There's about 80 tickets left, and at 4 o'clock, the general public will be able to pick up whatever's left. Now, we'll also be selling those tickets at the gate on the visitor's side. Yeah. Once Minden chose to just take the gate tickets, I guess is how you would say that.
Yeah.
But they didn't want to sell those at school, so we're selling them at the gate, and we've held. I think we can put 450 or 500 over there.
Yeah.
So if you don't get a ticket on the home side, you can still get a ticket on the visitor side because we've got some room over there for our fans too. So, don't get worried. You'll get in the ball game hopefully, and not miss the homecoming festivities and stuff. So, the best part about homecoming is winning the game. That's the most. That's
the most important.
Important part of the game. And sometimes we get a little over anxious and try to get on to the homecoming party afterwards or wherever they're going this year. For COVID, but we got to concentrate on winning the football game against Minden, and that makes homecoming even that much better.
Yeah, it's a district game against the Minden Crimson Tide, so it's an important one. Tigers 1-0 in district, evened up the record at 2-2 on the year, and want to be moving forward throughout for that district. Keep the district title, hopefully in your sights.
Yes, sir. Sure do. The I think we're going to have a good crowd there Friday night. As many people as we can get in there.
As you can get in there in a socially distant fashion.
Yeah, everybody social distance, stay your 6 feet apart, and enjoy the ball game. Yeah. If you can't get to the game or you're not able to get in there with the tickets being sold out, you can watch it right here with Stewart and Robert.
Yeah, we're going to have everything on the Neville Tiger Network. We're working on finalizing everything with the homecoming presentations and everything. So we're going to have all that, bring all that to you this Friday night for Neville's homecoming versus Minden. So, Coach.
We're going to be on in the morning?
We are going to be on in the morning. Don't forget, tomorrow morning around 7:40, 7:45, we'll go live from the Neville Auditorium, and we will have that pep assembly for you. Just a limited number of people can get in the auditorium tomorrow morning, but we will have that as well as the football game on Friday night. We'll try to get the homecoming presentations at both places at both times for you and everyone to be able to see. So
sounds great.
Well, Coach Tannehill, good luck against the Minden Crimson Tide on homecoming. Wish you you and the team the best, as we always do. So that's Friday night. Come out to Bill Ruppel Stadium or watch it right here on the Neville Tiger Network. Thanks to Will Anders and Jason Ewing and Brett Braddock for being our crew here tonight. Melvin and Dan McCoy for hosting us each and every Friday night. And
thank y'all.
For Neville head football coach Jeff Tannehill, I'm Stewart Shelby. Good night from Melvin's. You've been watching Tiger Talk right here on the Neville Tiger Network.